Hey there, Aloha friends. I am Jacqueline Claire. Welcome back to this study along of the January 18th, 2019 letter from the Universal House of Justice on world peace. I suggest numbering your paragraphs. It just makes it easier to follow along. This is the fourth installment, and I will be jumping in to paragraph 10, which starts the establishment of peace. And I titled this paragraph leaven, like bread, leaven. The establishment of peace is a duty to which the entire human race is called. The responsibility that Baha'is bear to aid that process will evolve over time, but they have never been mere spectators. They lend their share of assistance to the operation of those forces leading humanity toward unity. They are summoned to be as leaven to the world. Consider Baha'u'llah's words. Address yourselves to the promotion of the well-being and tranquility of the children of men. Reading that again. Address yourselves to the promotion of the well-being and tranquility of the children of men. Bend your minds and wills to the education of the peoples and kindreds of the earth, that haply the dissensions that divide it may, through the power of the most great name, be blotted out from its face, and all mankind become the upholders of one order and the inhabitants of one city. End quote. Abdul-Baha also emphasized the importance of the contribution that Baha'is are called on to make to the establishment of world peace. It's so interesting that as Baha'is, we are a part of this world and a part of what's going on in history at this time, and yet we can never forget that we actually have a very special role, not because we call ourselves Baha'i, but because we have access to this guidance and the holy word of God. So we have a role and a responsibility to play at this time. So this is from Abdul-Baha. Peace must first be established among individuals until it leadeth in the end to peace among nations. So first among individuals until it leadeth in the end to peace among nations. Wherefore, O ye Baha'is, strive ye with all your might to create through the power of the word of God genuine love, spiritual communion, and durable bonds among individuals. This is your task. To create through the power of the Word of God genuine love, spiritual communion, and durable bonds among individuals. Paragraph 13, I guess. Yeah, 13. The promise of world peace, the message we addressed to the peoples of the world in 1985, set out the Baha'i perspective on the condition of the world and the prerequisites of universal peace. It also offered the global Baha'i community as a model for study that could reinforce hope in the possibility of uniting the human race. In the years since, the followers of Baha'u'llah have been patiently refining that model and working with others around them to build up and broaden a system of social organization based on his teachings. They are learning how to nurture communities that embody those prerequisites of peace we identified in 1985. It's so interesting how in 1985 the House shared a vision and we had certain structures in place to be able to articulate that vision, but that we are continuing to refine that and nurture those prerequisites for peace. They cultivate environments. So here the House kind of goes through all the ways that Baha'is are intentionally developing within their communities. They cultivate environments in which children can be raised untainted by any form of racial, national, or religious prejudice. They champion the full equality of women and men in the affairs of community. Their programs of education, transformative in their efforts and encompassing both the material and spiritual aspects of life, welcome everyone who wishes to contribute to the community's prosperity. I love that the implication here of prosperity is both material and spiritual. In the stirrings of social action can be seen their desire to remedy the numerous ills afflicting humanity and to empower each person to become a protagonist in the building of a new world. Protagonist, or the star of our own show. That's maybe kind of a materialistic way to think of it, but like we are active agents in the story of our lives and the story of our life of service. We are the lead character, the hero's journey. Okay. Taking inspiration from the concept of the Mashral Askar, they invite to their devotional meetings followers of all faith and none. Now we're at 6. Youth, distinguished for their commitment to a society founded on peace and justice, are engaging their like-minded peers in the work of building communities on this foundation of peace and justice. In the institution of the local spiritual assembly exists the spiritual authority and administrative capacity to govern in servitude, to resolve conflicts, and to build unity. The electoral process through which assemblies are formed is itself an expression of peace, in contrast to the vitriol and even violence that often accompanies elections in the wider society. Implicit in all these dimensions of an open, expanding community is the foundational recognition that all humanity are the children of one Creator. Paragraph 14, Discourse of Society. The Friends are also developing their capacity for engaging those around them, regardless of creed, culture, class, or ethnicity, in conversations about how to bring about spiritual and material well-being through systematic application of the divine teachings. One gratifying result of this growing capacity is the community's increased ability to make meaningful contributions to various important discourses prevalent in society. In certain countries, leaders and thinkers are striving to address the challenges confronting their societies, increasingly show appreciation for the perspective offered by Baha'is. These contributions articulate insights derived from Baha'u'llah's revelation, draw on the experience being generated by the believers around the world, and aim to elevate the discourse above the acrimony and contention that so often prevent discourses of society from progressing. To elevate the discussion above the acrimony and contention that prevent the discourses of society from progressing. Further, the ideas and lines of reasoning advanced by Baha'is are reinforced by the practice of consultation, sensitized as they are to the importance of harmony and the fruitlessness of conflict. The followers of Baha'u'llah seek to cultivate those conditions that are most conducive to the emergence of unity in any setting. We are heartened to see the believers expanding their efforts to participate in the discourses of society, especially those friends who in their professional capacity are able to contribute to discourses directly related to peace. Allah, friends, there will be one more video in this series. That concluded paragraph 14. Have a great day. Go out there making the world a better place, contributing to elevated discussion and discourse, harmony, unity, and peace. Be brave. Bye-bye.